Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shanghai20 at YouTube.com. If you can't tell by looking over my goddamn shoulder, the new Xbox is gonna be out in like 23 minutes or something like that. But it doesn't really matter. It's cat's out the bag. PlayStation came out maybe last week around the same time, so this is basically the starting points for both systems. And just me looking back on it and thinking about everything, I had to go look up the games for both systems. Off the rip, though, there's not going to be any Twitcher features on the Xbox One. They said they can't get it in there day one, so they're going to really try, but it's not going to be there on launch. There's going to be let's see the titles. There's Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising, which everyone should be really looking out for. Dead Rising should be the cream of the crop of this game. Fighter Within, I haven't heard about it before. Forza Motorsports 5 or Forza 5, everyone who loves racing game, you're going to go out and get that because it's fantastic. Killer Instinct and Dead Rising are probably going to be what everyone's going to be having for their system. Not to mention that Killer Instinct is free. It's free, dog. So anybody who has an Xbox, they're going to get it. Loco Cycle, I actually saw a little bit of it. It's a pretty weird game. Like, it's a Michael Knight Rider type situation, but with a Mexican dude strapped to the body of it, so, you know, whatever. And Rome, Rise got Son of Rome. I keep getting it mixed up. I was going to say something stupid like Kratos or something like that, but let me put it this way, guys. That lineup right there for a new system that costs $500, and, you know, not sure if you got the Twitcher feeds in. They said they're going to put that in. All the stuff with the TV. There's not going to be any DRM, so you can trade your games and stuff like that, so everyone get that shit out of your head. But for me, I'm an Xbox kind of dude. I have all systems really except for this previous one where I didn't have a PlayStation 3. I wasn't really going to do it. I probably could do it now because it's going to be dirt cheap. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't go out and get it right away. And I wouldn't be going out and getting an Xbox One right away. Just for the fact that 2 games at launch that I really want to play. 3 games at best. Because Crimson Dragon is I'd say a secret love of mine because I love Panzer Dragon and Panzer Dragon Orta. If for those guys out there who played Sega Saturn and who played Dreamcast and stuff like that, those are like one of my favorite games. Rail shooter, dragon, lock on to 8 different targets and let off with a giant explosion beam that goes everywhere in 8 different directions. It's a fantastic game. Same as Rez. Guys, look out for Rez. It's an old game. It should be on Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, so you guys look that up. But if you're into games like that. But not really what I'm going to be going out to get right now. Plus, like I said, $500 is a nice chunk of change to drop on something you might not even be playing with right now. I don't have a PlayStation 4 either, but I have seen a PlayStation 4, and I've talked to people who've played the games, and I've taken a look on reviews and stuff like that. For you guys, since the system's already out, you guys know you got Blacklight, the DC Universe Online, which I am still very jealous as an Xbox player that I can't play that on my Xbox. Very jealous. That game is off the hook, and I can only imagine how they made it better in the new systems. Flower, which I have no idea about, but by those names, you can't really take a good, look off that. Killzone Shadowfall, which is the PlayStation's answer to Halo and things like that, but it's not really an answer. I've played it. It's not anything out of the ordinary of the regular shooter. So, in terms for me, I can give or take that one. We have War Thunder, Warframe, and Resgun. which out of all of them, I'm kind of excited for Res Gun. If you can't tell from my my Crimson Dragon picks or Res and stuff like that, that's another kind of old school game. You should take a look. There's a review of it online. I'm pretty sure everyone's playing it already, but it's a really good game for them. And that's all I could tell. I mean, sure, there's more games like Assassin's Creed and stuff that comes out for these systems, and NBA 14 and all that, but they're universal systems. I'm only going to tell you the games that are coming out for your system exclusively, because if you're going to go and buy one of these systems just to play Madden and play Call of Duty Ghost and stuff like that, then you didn't have to do that. As an Xbox 360 player that I'm still am right now, I can play Ghost now on there. I don't need to go buy a $400 or $500 system right now. Not to mention that there's always bugs, and like I said, there's no Twitcher feed off the rip on Xbox. There's no need to go that way just yet. I know it's exciting, and I grew up in the 90s. I was the kid that, you know, fed on the wars between the consoles with Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and I was a Sega Genesis fan, so, you know, I seen how that all went down. As a grown-ass man, I'm almost 30 right now, you can't really base it on competitive rivalry between the consoles. You don't get any stock, you know what I mean? You don't get any money if Nintendo, if PlayStation beats Xbox, or if Xbox beats PlayStation, or who cares? What are you gonna go online and say, PlayStation sold more money than Xbox? Who gives a fuck? I'm playing my fucking Killer Instinct. You know, or Xbox, Killer Instinct is smashing all y'all's, Xbox is selling more. Who gives a fuck? They're playing Resogun. They're playing, you know, DC Universe. They're playing fucking Resogun. Or, I'm sorry, I said that already. Killzone, which I wouldn't do, but, you know, you guys can play a bunch of different stuff. Don't give a fuck who, you know what I mean, who's saying your console won or lost, because you have nothing to do with that. But personally, I would, on this eve of the new systems both having a chance to show their showings, I wouldn't get either one of them. I mean, I was going to bring up the fact that PlayStation they did have like a 1% breakdown factor, and on release there was numerous people who were saying that theirs were broken, and even the guy from GameSpot, he said one of the reviewers, he opened up his PlayStation 4 and it was broken off the rip, out of the box, broken. And, I mean, I'm not going to hold that against the launch because it's too early to talk about, you know, failures and stuff like that. But it's not okay for stuff to break. So waiting a little bit until things start to work out, kinks start to be filled out, isn't a bad idea. You're not missing anything. Like I said, Killer Instinct is free as soon as you get it. Xbox One, you can get it and you can practice, so you don't have to worry about getting that day one and trying to be the best Killer Instinct player. Dead Rising, you guys know what it is. You played the first one, you played the second one, you played the middle one. You don't have to go out right now and get it. You don't. But if you do, I'm not going to knock you. Me personally, I'm going to go for the third option and go for the PC. PCs now, right now, everyone's kind of afraid to get into that kind of market because of how, you know, how hard it is to access that, and you know, you need to know, you know, certain, you know, mechanics, not even mechanics, but you know, you need to know what you need to get. But with the same amount of money you get a PlayStation 4 or Xbox 360, Xbox One, I'm sorry, you can definitely get yourself a machine that can play any game they have, but better, and everything else. And you can get modding, like if you play Skyrim, you can mod it out, do everything crazy. For $500, you can get any piece you need. Particularly, all you need really is a graphics card. But yeah, that's me. And like I said, I play a lot of different games, so I'm not stuck to just playing with systems. I play PC games, I play handheld games, Pokemon, things like that. So it's not crucial for me to get them right now. Besides, it's day one. I'm not buying 3 or 4 games off the rip. So even if I was, it was going to be one game. And that would not add up to like a $550, $575. I'm not doing that right now. But yeah, yo, I just wanted to talk about that for a minute because it just kind of looked to me that a lot of people are trying to rush out to the stores. I know there's people on lines right now waiting for this, and there's gonna be a dude with the box in the air like, yeah, and that's cool because you should be happy that you got your new Xbox One, and the dudes who got their PlayStation 4 should be happy about that. But I'm just saying, if you don't got the money, man, if you gotta sell every one of your games back, if you gotta sell, you know what I mean, your headphones back, all your equipment, it might not be worth it right now. You might be able to, wait a couple weeks. But yeah, that's just Shanghai.